So, first of all, you have an interesting background as far as like your foray into podcasting. You started out in broadcasting. Where did your career start out, and what made you kind of pivot over to working with digital content creators?
I did student radio at uni because my housemate just dragged me into the studio one day and said, "You've got to get work experience if you're going to get a job." And then I joined the ABC straight out of uni and then spent sort of almost 10 years there and was always interested in the technology and audio. So, how that sort of crossed over. So, set up a lot of the early Facebook groups, Facebook pages, and other things. And then podcasting started to come around in 2012, 2013. And then when 2014 happened, and you got Alex moving from Planet Money and Serial and, Zoe Chase and just sort of like NPR and that style kicking off, it was so compelling for me as someone who was starting to make radio documentaries early on in my career. Um, I was at a point where I was a bit sick of my job at the broadcaster. There wasn't much going on around. And a friend and I had started an event called Inflatable Regatta, which was getting big enough that I could warrant taking 6 months off work to put my time into. And that's where we got inflatable boats. And we had about 800 of these, and people would jump in the boats and then sail down the city's river. It was fun, exhausting, but on the other side of that, I thought if I get through this, maybe I could set up a podcast production company